All right, I'm gonna bomb right there. Been dead, like phone just not ringing. It's been a little nerve-wracking because we travel a little close to how do I put this? We're more check to check than we should be. You know what I mean? We're needing work every week in order to float the boat. So it's been a little, if I'm honest, if I'm just dead totally honest, it's been a little depressing. To be like, I'm barely able to work because of my back injury, and I want to work, just like depressingly bad. You know, it's difficult to feel that way, and then there isn't work. So is this a good way to start off a video? I don't know. After being quiet for a long time and then start off like this, doesn't seem right. How about this? How's it going, YouTube? Everything's hunky-dory, everything's perfect. We're just slaying them every day and just laughing all the way to the bank with our perfectly healthy spines. Is that better? Oh, some potential clients walking. Life is good. So I assume we can't harm the little shrubs. That is the whole reason for this. Sold my bucket truck to Billy LeCount. That guy he's bought every used piece of equipment I've ever sold so far. And the bucket truck, I don't like bucket trucks, and so if I needed to it was paid for, and so that was it's never good to sell a perfectly functioning item that's paid for. But it was slow. And overhead demanded that I make some executive decisions. So I sold my bucket truck and burned through that money. And then now I have my stump grinder for sale. We'll probably show you the stump grinder today if anybody's interested. It's 30 grand if you want to buy it. It comes with a trailer and remote control. 2 remote controls. One of them is wireless, which stopped working some time back and is probably fixable, I assume. The other one is remote control with a wire, cord that allows you to get a fair distance away from the machine and still see what's up. The wireless one's a lot cooler when it works. Or you can just run the machine with the controls that are right there on the side, the switches on the side. Anyway, 2 things I don't like in my career are bucket trucks, because they're made by men. And they go up high, and I like things with roots. To me, a rooted organic thing is, I don't know, I just understand it better. I know how to read it. Hanging like this, actually, I don't know, maybe it's my natural environment, but it kind of feels good on my back when as long as I don't get into too much working with a big saw right in front of me, like how I spent most of my life. I've spent my life working for companies and for myself most of my career, at least 25 years of it, without any fancy machines, which is probably why my back is destroyed. Most of my life was spent without equipment and without a lot of rigging, just like turning everything into confetti. Huge monsters in the backyard, always cutting them in a way that the people on the ground would have less trouble, turning them into little pieces. A lot of wear and tear. So bucket trucks, you know, it's kind of like when you go to the carnival and you get on one of these carnival rides and you're looking at the little cotter pins and hinges and whatever's making this erector set spin you up and hang you by your ankles and throw you around, and you're looking at that stuff and you're like, who put this together? And then you look at the carnival guy. No offense against carnival people, because I have family in the business, friends in low places. Anyway, you look at the people who put the thing together and you're like, oh my, here we go. It kind of makes the ride a little more thrilling, I guess. But I don't really enjoy that feeling in a bucket truck every time you use it. The feeling of, who put this together? And maybe because years ago I was in a janky bucket truck that wasn't mine, and the leveling cables broke and it dumped me out. I mean, there was no way to suddenly become a cat and grab onto something and save yourself. It was game over immediately when those cables broke. And what happened is I was tied in. And so all you guys who don't tie in to the bucket truck and you just trust that carnival ride to be okay, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you. Been there. Rode the ride, got the t-shirt, walked away uninjured. So yeah, tie in if you're in a bucket truck. Oh, basically what I'll do is I'll rig off this stuff out here, the stuff that goes out over the water feature and that nice little shrubs and trees, and then I'll be able to like hand toss all of this stuff the other way. I'll be able to pop it back this way, I think. Maybe a little mixture of rigging and freestyle. Back in the day, not long ago, I would have not rigged any of this. Got to change the way you do things when you're hurting in places. Yeah, tie in if you're in a bucket truck. All of this big long story to just say the economy's been down and I've sold my bucket truck, and this is how I tell myself I'm not bothered by it, because I never liked it anyways. But now Billy LeCount's there in Washington, and he's making he's probably already paid for the thing, all the work he's got. He's got a lot more work than we do, and he got a great deal on it, I happen to know. So hey, if you're interested in a stump grinder, Carlton 440 diesel. It's got one of those Dutes, I think it is, motors on it. It sounds really cool when you fire it up. You need earplugs. Grind's good. It's got the yellow jacket conversion kit on the cutter head. And yeah, you could just make money with it all day long if you had stumps to grind. Which is the other thing I don't like to do, grind stumps. So I'm like, okay, if I can get rid of another thing I don't enjoy doing, then maybe that's a good way to justify selling this paid off machine, which is a moneymaker. Survive the hard time, maybe get a better one later or something. Those are my thoughts this morning. climb a tree. I haven't been able to do much. I haven't even been able to sew lately because my low back is messed up for any kind of bending forward. But the physical therapist guy, he tells you you need to bring it all the way up to near failure. So I'm supposed to like nearly ruin my back all the time, he says, and that's how, like, if you had a cut on your knuckle, you can't just leave your knuckle like this forever. Someday you got to start bending it again. You can't bend it too much too soon, or the tear opens up in the knuckle. But you have to get it close, you know, kind of like a tree. Its roots are made more adequate for the loads that it has to endure by the loads that it endures. The thing is, the discs in my back, which are bulged and twisted and screwed up, they've endured more loads than they should have, probably. So now I'm trying to get them healed while subjecting them to strain. This should be a real easy tree today. It would be absolutely easy for anybody but me. So, but for me, it'll be kind of like hopefully just the right amount of stress on my bones to keep me moving, help my morale, and add money to the bank. In better news, MonkeyBeaver.com, which is the climbing gear supply that I have been blessed to fall into through the support of you, is just killing it, man. MonkeyBeaver.com has eclipsed any kind of potential you could have with local tree work. You know, the pond you're fishing in is so much bigger when your store is open all night on the internet. So it's pretty cool that we have that. But that said, the tree service has to support itself. I can't be infusing it from somewhere else. It must support itself or it cannot live, is my motto. Things need to work enough to support themselves. And the tree service, if it is having a hard time, it needs to downsize its overhead enough to be at the place where it can easily support itself, pay for itself, and then maybe even add profit to the owner, me. So that's what it's all about. There's some real talk for you, for those who like that. Here it was, real talk. And we'll cut down a tree and I'll have a new video. So thanks for watching, thanks for your support all these years. It's because of YouTube that I have a platform and a store and something to fall back on during a depressed economy like this, and during you know, an injury. So that seemed like a bunch of silly extra work to rig that, but it was easier for my body to do it that way. Plus it's one big piece gone. I'll take the rope. In summary, tie yourself into your bucket truck if you have one. Don't work off of a lift or a platform without being tied into something. And take care of your spine. Pay your equipment man, not your doctor. You'll be paying somebody either way. I'm paying a lot of money right now for physical therapy and stuff that would have been better spent years ago by buying equipment. I've worn myself out. There's a fine line between, you know, working hard and becoming tough and, you know, getting the fresh air and the exercise that makes a person strong. There's a fine line between that and tearing yourself to pieces by doing too much off of your little flesh and bones. I'll see you in the comment section. Thanks. Same thing, you'll be pulling on it. See, I could shred all this, you know, twisting and moving for an old guy. Or you can just rig it all in one piece. Hey Adam, wait for this one to come off. Walk towards me. Can you hold that?
A little bit, yeah.
So now this backside's done, which makes the rest of it a little easier, a lot easier. Let's pull this rope out.
You want me to? Let me undo this.
Watch out. Toss me that camera. Yeah. Started out on the ground like those guys in 1986. I was 18.
Have you been around here the whole time, or?
No, I've been here since, well, when I first moved here it was 86, but I was just visiting. I was working up in Alaska. But no, I've been here steady since 95.
Okay.
Can you bring me that electric steel?
Yeah.
Try out the electric steel. Kind of loud. A little slower on the diagonal cut, wasn't it? Still, I can tell it's got a lot of torquey power. So I noticed that this saw, you turn the power button on and you maybe got like 3 seconds before it shuts off again. Watch. It's on. 1001, 1002, 1003. Okay. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Dead.
Wow.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 4 seconds. You don't use it within 4 seconds of hitting the switch, you gotta hit the switch again. Which I find slightly annoying. But it's got a lot of torquey power. This is my last chance to use this saw because it belongs to the saw shop and they just let me loan it out to try it, or they let me borrow it to try it. Oh, dead. The dogs aren't quite available. They're a bit short. I need some West Coast dogs. Gotta hit the switch again. I think it's pretty dang powerful.
Yeah.
It's a little slower on the diagonal cut, but keep in mind this is their stock chain. You know, the chain's kind of bigger than our quarter pitch Panther stuff. I bet if you put some quarter pitch on this, it would scream.
Yeah.
But then it wouldn't last as long.
There's always the bind thing though, that it just stops. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really compare an electric saw to a gas saw, I don't think.
No. But you hate the environment. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Please know that was a joke. I mean, after all, I just used a gas-powered saw to cut down most of this tree. I'm a gasser. If I would have done the intro for this video now instead of before, I probably would have been feeling a little more upbeat, because I need to work. I even if it hurts a little bit, I definitely like being a tree man. I mean, that's why I get depressed. All you injured guys, you guys that get totally wrecked and have to be laid up, like Gordon Field. Gordon Field is one of the guys. Him and Jaden Anderson started the Tree Life thing on Facebook. He's all laid up, tore his Achilles tendon off or something, like something that's going to be really painful. And we sent him a new MonkeyBeaver 2.0 harness like right after he did it, and it cheered him up. But I know what it's like to want to work, like really want to work and not be able to. And it'll hurt you. It'll hurt you right there. I know what it's like, Gordon, to be stuck, laid up, wishing you could get out and do something. There's worse things, I think, but it's a challenge, and I understand. So one last thing, in one of my last videos I made mention of a little girl that was robbed, and then I made a GoFundMe, and my diehard subscribers just kicked in less than 24 hours and restored every bit of money that, and then some, that she had lost. It was really cool. I had to like take the GoFundMe down, or she would have been the next Elon Musk, because people really, you know, the good people, the good they do is just, well, it's notable, and it made a big difference in her life, and thank you. So, but I made mention of also that I wanted to give a harness away. And so I have a couple here. These are 1.0 harnesses, MonkeyBeaver 1.0. I have 2 of them. They're brand new. They've never been used. They're both larges, so if you don't fit a large and you're looking to be in the running for a free harness, then I can't offer that yet. But if you're large, this might be for you. And so what I'd like to do, I have 2 of them here. What I'd like to do is, anybody who wants to be in the running for it, write a poem in the comments section, like 25 words or more, about how you're made for this, you know, whatever it is. You don't got to be a tree guy. If you're a plumber or a retired guy that wants to climb your own tree or whatever, or you just want a harness, whatever it is you're made for. I used to say I'm made for tree work, and I think I was, but I'm also made to be a family man and a father. Maybe you're made for that. But this is how this whole company was started. MonkeyBeaver.com was started by a poem I wrote in a video I uploaded called Made for This. And the poem was all about life in general, but also life from the viewpoint of a tree person. So that's how the company got started. So I thought it'd be cool. We'll give away a couple harnesses too. The best 2 poems we can find in the comments section, 25 words or more, about why you're made for this. And what this is doesn't have to be tree work. It could be something else. Just poetically explain what you're made for, and 2 poets will get a harness each. And so, hey, thanks. I'm just wanting to give back. These here are brand new, never been used, and should be a good gift to somebody. So thanks for watching the video, and we'll touch base with you soon. As soon as I can get another tree under my belt, I'll put it up on YouTube for you.